Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is me, the player. I know it's been a while, I know no one cares, but I'm excited to share with you a brand new series that I'm going to be doing called Character Explanation. Probably guessed from the title, but this is basically a series where I talk about a character that is voted on by you guys. So if you want a character to be talked about, and not just from PvZ, but from any game that I may have, such as Overwatch that has characters in it, then I will talk about them, explain some things, and especially for PvZ, explain maybe some of the history since I'm more familiar with it. And the best way to start that off was to ask a friend of mine, Alt-F4, go subscribe to his channel. Yes, he has a YouTube channel where he makes remixes of music. Where he asked me to talk about Nightcap. So, this ninja mushroom thing, we're going to be talking about her. So, I've gone offline because I'm going to get very distracted if I did it online, and I'm just going to be running around here for a little while. I am going to do one game after this to demonstrate the abilities in full form, but how this is going to go, I'm going to talk about the abilities. First, I'm going to talk about their history a bit. Some things I might be referenced to, if I actually know that reference. Their abilities, and what would be one of the most optimal ways to use said abilities. So as I run around, let's talk about Nightcap. So Nightcap's first appearance is in Battle for Neighborville. Nightcap also has a boss variant that can only be fought against. It cannot be used. It can only be fought against, called Blightcap. We fought against her in my playthrough of the PvE mode, and just like her, Nightcap can be incredibly scary, but mostly annoying. So let's go over this ninja mushroom a bit more, or as I'm doing right now. I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm doing that, I'm stupid. Nightcap actually shares a lot of if you ever played the original Plants vs. Zombies game, and then Plants vs. Zombies 2, then you know that Nightcap has the same color scheme as pretty much every mushroom in the Plants vs. Zombies game, that being purple. Now, you can't tell because, well, I got this skin on. Let me just run back here and show you. It also helps get a bit. So as you can see, purple mushroom. And the one mushroom plant that I think it has most similarities to is maybe well, obviously, the one from Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, it shares a lot of similarities with, but mainly that one from PvZ 2, that, if someone could help me with this in the comments below, like, name that one plant that insta-kills zombies by sucking them into their shadow. Yeah. So, Nightcap, I'm going to actually list these abilities as the left ability, right ability, and center ability to make it a bit more easier. So yeah, let's go over the abilities. So Nightcap's right ability is called Shadow Sneak, and what it does is that it turns you invisible for a little while. And I'm pretty sure it gives you a slight speed boost. I can't really tell. But the main usage of this ability, it also has a decently short cooldown, but the main usage of this ability is movement, obviously. The way you want to use this ability is to get into places or get out of places. It's really good at doing that. Since you're invisible, no enemy can see you. You're just invisible, obviously. You're a little shadow. Though there is a quick warning, you are not invincible while using it. though you are invisible, you still can be shot. And also, you make little every time you have every like I think a few seconds or like every footstep, little like shadow puffs will appear in your position, alerting the zombies to where you are. So the best way to use it is when trying to get out of a situation or getting in somewhere. Make sure to jump a lot. You don't really. It's going to be much harder for zombies to track you because your puff clouds are going to be appearing much more all over the place than just on the ground. And that also leads me to Nightcap's special ability that she can double jump. It's not as good as the imp or literally any other character who can double jump, but it is good at giving you a bit more airtime or throwing off your movements a bit, or allowing you to move in some unexpected way, which is why I say it's really good for you to use it while in Shadow Sneak, because you're going to be, so if you're running forward, you can jump backwards immediately, and they won't know where you are, because they're going to expect you to keep going forward while in Shadow Sneak. So, Shadow Sneak, really good for getting into places, and also really good for getting out of places. So if you're in trouble, you're at low health, Shadow Sneak, throw up some wacky movement, get out of there. But if you're trying to get into a place, let me just run over to the firing range. It's gonna... Lovely day. Trying to get into a place, it's good to Shadow Sneak, also throw off a bit wacky movement while continuing to move forward. Get behind enemy lines and start blasting them. Also, Nightcap's left ability is called Casting Shadows, which is a throwable ability, I think. Let me check. Oh yeah, you can see it. And what it does is create this orb, and it has a different effect depending on whether you're a plant or a zombie. They're both equally annoying. Well, actually, one's even more annoying. So, if you're a plant and you walk into the casting shadows, you turn invisible. It's basically a little invisibility dome. It's just Shadow Sneak, but it only stays in one area, and it's like a little dome. This ability for plants is complete garbage. It's almost entirely useless. Pretty much every zombie has some sort of area of effect damage. Obviously, Foot Soldier has the ZPG, you got Missile Madness for the Imp Mech, also you got Imp Kata for regular Imp. And you got basically everything else, like the Hadouken. Yes, I shouted it. Yes, that's also a reference to Wolfie. Wolfie Plays. Shout out to that guy. If you ever cared to mention me, that'd be nice. Not saying he will, but it would be nice. But casting shadows, it's much more useful when used on zombies. And the reason why it sucks when a plant goes into it, because even though it makes them invisible, because it's so small, if a group of plants were to go into it, they would instantly get destroyed. Also, there's a thing where I think if you're aiming at their head, your cursor will light up not green, but red, and that allows you to know where they are. So if if a plant's too big, such as oak, they're still easily shootable. Plus, this thing doesn't last very long. What you mainly want to use it for is area denial, because if you use it and a zombie walks into it, it kind of pulls them in. It kind of keeps them trapped in that area. Or that's what happens to me anyway, and I end up dying because I hate it so much. I hate every Nightcap player because they are. I know Scott Gaming, Zach Scott Gaming loves this character, but screw everyone who plays this character. I hate it so much because what they'll do, Shadow Sneak, once that's over, yeet this down on top of me, and then they'll use their middle ability, which I'll get to in a second. So yeah. So when using this on a zombie, they will, technically, like I said, it's much better for area denial, because no zombie's going to walk into it unless they want to be trapped within that area, making them very easily shootable. Plus, it makes it really annoying to see, because it's purple instead of dark. And then, finally, coming to Nightcap's last ability, I don't even have to look this one, but I'll do it anyway, is Feng Fu. And the reason why I don't need to look at this ability is because the amount of times I've died to a Nightcap player who just presses this button and I immediately die to it because I can't get out is insane, and it's so annoying. Basically, what Feng Fu does is it's much easier to show than say. Yeet. It's basically hurl yourself around the map, destroying everyone in the center. It's basically the Plants version of the Imp Kata, where everything in the circle will get damaged by it, and it will get damaged by the Feng Fu, and it does a lot of damage. Plus, there's a little explosion at the end, finishing off any enemies. There's also an ability that throws them up in the air, still damaging them. It's annoying. Feng Fu's main purpose is to act as the main damage output, besides Nightcap's primary fire. But it seems like Feng Fu's more of Nightcap's primary fire than Nightcap's primary fire, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. Because every Feng Fu player just spams this on one person, and it's so annoying. I do have to mention, like with the other two abilities, you're not invincible. You can actually still be shot. I know you can, because I've done it to many Nightcap players who've tried using this on me. The best way to do it is usually through an explosion, or with the Steam Blaster from the Scientist. Because the hitbox kinda, I think, it moves around with Nightcap, so if you can see, you see the Nightcap appearing all over the edges of the screen. That's where the hitbox is. If you go into a public game, or if you see a Nightcap, like a bot Nightcap or a player Nightcap using this, and you see, like, there's this little marker that shows you where your teammates are. Once you see that thing just start moving around, I think that shows where their hitbox is, and so you can definitely tell. Like that thing. That thing right there where my cursor's over. Yeah, that will start, like, just moving crazily around when they start using Feng Fu. So, that's a good indicator that they're using it. And it's super annoying, but you still die while using it. Plus, there's also a spin-up time, or a startup time. This isn't a minigun, it's literal, some sort of teleportation jujutsu or something. Some Naruto wannabe move. I don't know. But they mainly just throw themselves around. You can still die to it, there's still a startup time to it. It's, plus, you're a bit vulnerable at the end, because you also get stuck in a slight animation during the explosion. I don't know why I walked away from firing range, because now I'm going to talk about Nightcap's primary fire, which I also forgot the name of. I know what each one does. I had this, like, all planned out in my head. So, Nightcap's primary weapon is Spore Strike. These are, as things said, if you pause the video, wide piercing blades. So, as you can see, if I just aim up, you can see them. Not so well, but you can see them, those purple little places that appear. They're like shurikens. And the cool part about these things is that they pass through enemies. Think of Reinhardt's fire charge, but instead of going through shields and doing a lot of damage, it's lamer. It's just a lamer version of that, basically. Instead of going through shields and dealing a lot of damage, it deals a decent amount of damage for Plants vs. Zombies damage output terms, or whatever, like damage output. A decent amount of damage output, because this does 18 damage. It doesn't headshot, though. It doesn't headshot, so there's that. But it passes through enemies, so if there's a crowd, it's really good at doing that. Now, let's go back to the firing range. I missed. I probably should just shoot the dummy. 18 damage, see? So it's meant to pass through enemies, and this is the main focus of this character. Like, team wiping. Think of it like screen wiping. Screen wiping, like when you're wiping down a window. But instead, it's the enemy team. Technically, far range, you're going to use this, her primary fire. For close range, well, you already know. And all of her abilities, and her other two abilities, all of her abilities allow her to do that multi-team damage. Obviously, you got this, you got that. This is technically to either help you get a bit further or to just trap them in here so you can use Fung Fu and just destroy. But since I don't like, if you're not that type of cheeser who just uses Fung Fu all the time, here are some upgrades that you could use that I think are pretty good. So first, you got Combo. Faster refresh time for all abilities by earning multiple vanquishes rapidly. Since you're probably going to be trying to kill multiple enemies at a time, Combo is very good. Especially since it allows you to get Fung Fu, get all of your abilities that are super useful at getting to where you need to be or getting set up very quickly. They're all good at helping you set up for that main Fung Fu very easily. Next is Piercing Power, which gain increased max ammo for Spore Strike by dealing damage to multiple enemies with a single attack of Spore Strike. This ability, when I first saw it, it's really good. It's just super good. Ignore any ability that works on the casting shadows because it's complete trash when used on a teammate. But Piercing Power is insanely good. It literally rewards you for attacking the enemy. For just shooting the enemy, you get more ammo, and this stacks up to 60 shots. 60 ammo. And you normally get 20, I think. Let me check. Yeah, 20. So 60. 20 to 60. That's crazy. And then the final one is Vampiric, which just gain health by vanquishing a hero, which you're obviously going to be doing a lot. And due to how little HP Nightcap has, this is going to be very important. So now, let's go into a game before my time is up. I have to stop this video. And if you want, yeah, set it on hard. And if you want, comment down below, or I kind of need you to, comment down below, what you could do is leave a like and subscribe. That's an option. What's not an option, or it could be an option, I'm not trying to sound forceful or anything, is leave a comment down below telling me what character should I review next. Please leave it in the realms of Plants vs. Zombies. And yeah, I'll be doing this game, showing off these abilities. Oh. Like my hat, it's very pretty. Yeah, he's already dead. I killed the thing. I did it, guys. Why is there nothing? Why is my team destroying? Stop it. Be destroyed like you normally do. Damn it. Oh, no, not now. Not now. Controller, not now. There we go. Great. I pressed the button. It didn't do anything. It's almost died. Yeah, I think I just did something controversial to what I said earlier in the video. But once again, do not use it on a singular opponent. That's not what it's meant for. I just did it because I was on low health. keep them trapped in there. I think the AI can just leave whenever they want, which is super annoying. But yeah. Okay, find enemies. Find enemies to kill. Find a multitude of enemies to kill. Even the eye does it. Ugh. 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 Look, there's no enemies. Why is there no one here? What's going on? Where are they? Oh, hey. Ow! Okay, yeah, I got destroyed. As soon as an enemy actually shows up, I'm dead. I hate myself. I hate this game, I do. I refuse to be helpful. Okay, ignore the Z-Mech. I'm not built to do that. My character is not made to deal with the Z-Mech. Literally nothing is, except for maybe Snapdragon. But I can deal with this All-Star who's turned his back to me, which is a major advantage. Literally, if you're just shooting at them first, that's a major advantage. And I'm glad I am on the plants, because you saw that potato mine? Hate it. You're going to run into those a lot. Okay, don't need to be there. What I do need to be is right here. Oh, he's not dead yet. Where's he? I can't see him. There he is. Damn it. Yeah! That is death. And he just slapped me right across the face. And there goes my kill. I'm not doing so well against these AI. Man, I really do suck. Ow. Piss off, mate. I'm not British. The British people. I've offended the British people. The British people killed me. Please, I beg of you. Spare my family. Spare my family, British people. I think that was British anyway. Great, I'm offending two cultures now? I don't know. So yeah. Nightcap demonstration. There wasn't much of a demonstration. I hit myself. Wow. And he's gone. I love that. The ragdolls in this game, especially on a cactus potato mine, is beautiful. Here we go. Double kill. Oh, there's a Z-Mech. There's a Z-Mech somewhere. And I do not wish to know of its current position. Oh, I gotta get to the spot. I gotta get to the spot. Come on. Don't do this again. Screw you. It didn't let me get to that spot. I would have appeared on the camera if I was there. So then, that was the cactus, or no, not cactus, the Nightcap demonstration video. If you want to see more of these, leave a comment down below of what plant or zombie you want to see next, and I will see you guys next time.